Oh, peace, y'all. It is your girl, Morgan Renee Myers, out here in my little concrete garden. Now, I'm on Facebook and Instagram, and I'm going to try to sit these phones down. One of them is cracked, so, cracked over the camera, so you may not be able to see as well Instagram. Let me turn the camera around so I can show y'all what's going on in this garden. Instagram, come on now. All right. So, I planted a, plant called Malabar Spinach. So this overgrowth that you're seeing here, that's Malabar Spinach. I planted it January like 30th, 2024. I'm in Florida, Jacksonville, Florida. I can't remember what zone that is. But nonetheless, so this is where I planted it. So if you can see, it's a whole concrete garden. It's like 35 of these in total. And this is where I planted the Malabar Spinach. So these two little what am I trying to call them, stalks, if you will, that's all that's in there. I might have put like 2 or 3 seeds in there. Move, dollar weed. I might have put like 2 or 3 seeds in there, but baby, this is the plant. So I had to do some research on YouTube, because I didn't do much research before planting it. I just thought, okay, spinach, it's spinach. Like, it's gonna grow low and produce. Baby, no. So what I learned through my research is that Malabar spinach is it's a tropical plant. It's native to like India. It's like a thicker type of spinach, and it grows really well in the summertime. For those that know a little bit about gardening, or if you're just learning, most leafy greens don't really take off during the summertime. No matter where you at. That's usually a cold fall or winter crop type deal. So because I planted it in January, I planned to have some for spring. Springtime came, it was like slightly growing. It wasn't doing too much, but I don't always just pull stuff up when it's not growing. So I just kind of let it be. And over time, it ended up doing all this. So this is actually a pepper plant that's beside the Malabar plant. If I can get in there, I got weeds and spinach every darn where. But this is a pepper plant right beside where I planted the Malabar, and it done took over my peppers. Like, it's fighting for sunlight. So I'm gonna put these camera down, and we gotta harvest it. So it's also, let me teach y'all gardening real quick. So this pole that you see here, and this pole with this clothesline, this could be used as a trellis. A trellis is basically anything that holds up, your growth of your plants. So I intentionally put cucumber on this back row. Excuse me, I'm pointing to the tomato plant as I say cucumber, but I did plant cucumber. So I had planted tomato here. I planted like some cucumber here. I ended up having to pull that up because it just wasn't acting right, with the intent for it to vine up and grow over this clothesline and, utilize this pole, because I knew those were vining plants. I didn't know Malabar was, or I definitely would have put her on the back row, because look at her. She gone from here all the way over my pepper plants, over my squat. Like, she knocked this pepper too. She didn't knock pepper over. Pepper can't even thrive for real. She didn't climbed up the pole. Girls on the pole. She climbing down the clothesline. Malabar Spinach said, baby, I'm here, and I'm going to give you a show. So I'm going to harvest her. I have not really been picking it and eating it, but you can stir fry this. You can put it in soups. You can eat it raw. Make you a little salad. Put it in some smoothies. These here, hold on, because I've got 2 cameras. All right, so these berries, or these seed looking things here, those will turn purple and like a dark black type purple, and those are the seeds. So you dry them out, and they will be seeds to plant for next year. And a lot of this I've learned from just YouTubing this morning, because like I said, when I planted it, I didn't realize that this spinach plant was going to be doing all this growing. I thought it was going to be a low growing plant, but Malabar Spinach is the brand name. And this one is red stem. You have, your regular, just all green, and then I have the red stem. But yeah, y'all, so this is one of those plants that you could grow during the summertime. So I be sad about that sometimes, because I want my collards and kale and stuff to grow during the summer, but those are more of like a a fall and winter type vegetable. So I didn't expect all of this from the spinach. When I planted it in January, I just assumed, you know, I had something for the spring and that'd be it. But baby, homegirl done took off. So this is one of those greens that you can grow all summer. And like I said, you can add it to smoothies, stews, stir fries. Look how plentiful that thing is. From my research, I learned that it's like native to India. It's a tropical plant. You know, it needs water. It thrives off water. You can also propagate this plant. So basically, I could cut this plant at any place along the stem, put it in some water, it'll root. And then that's also a way to preserve this plant because it is a tropical plant. So there's something that you do with certain plants called overwintering, where you basically dig it up from where it's at, or, you know, downsize it, you know, harvest all the vegetable or whatever from the plant, and then you like fertilize it and you bring it indoors, and you may keep it under some type of grow lights or near a windowsill, but that helps preserve certain plants that can be saved and then replant it outdoors for the next year when it's warm enough for that weather. Because some plants, you know, they can still survive over certain seasons, but if you keep them outdoors or with too much heat or whatever, it won't, and then you have to just grow directly from seed the next year. So propagating or overwintering helps preserve the life of your plant without you having to do a whole bunch of work the next year. So I really don't even got to use these little shears I got. Look how easy it's coming off. Y'all, like, I said, let me go out here and trim this spinach, because baby, she done took over. She like literally is hanging over my pepper plant. Like, this is part of the pepper plant that's supposed to be standing up. I did not know what I did not know about Malabar spinach. You think you know a guy. Think you know a gal. And the seeds were gifted to me from someone I was dealing with at a season in my life. And they were in Arizona, and they would go to the local library, and the library had like a seed exchange program. So supposedly, from what I read on the website, locals in that area, I believe it wasn't Phoenix, Arizona, I think it was near there. Anyways, I guess local gardeners would save their seeds and bring them to the library, and so that's how they you know, kept up with this program. And so that's where the seeds with Florida. Latrenda, you back in Florida? Baby, I've been back in Florida. This is where I live. Yeah, I just came home to visit for like 3 weeks in August, but yes, I've been back since the middle of August. But yeah, y'all, I'm okay. Malabar spinach, that is so cool. And I had, like I said, I planted it in January. It didn't start taking off real good to about probably May. And then over these last summer months, I have just seen an abundance of growth. But I have not really been picking it. So I said, let me go out there and pick my plants, because what am I planting for if I ain't gonna eat them? If I ain't gonna get the benefits from it. When I had went home to North Carolina for like 3 weeks, and this here tomato plant had a few little tomatoes growing on it. I probably grew about 6 tomatoes off this that I've been able to take off and eat. But Hurricane Debbie had came through while I was out of town, and I came back and it was only like 1 tomato. That one that dried up, that was there, but that was it. So I was like, well, darn, I guess she done for. But the spinach was popping. Oh, and because I don't want to be too long with it. The cayenne pepper. So this was a starter plant that I bought from Walmart on my EBT. Okay, because if anything that produces a fruit or food that is edible, you can get it on your food stamps. Okay, so all these excuses are useless. But yeah, I bought this as a starter plant because it was already, I think, like May or June, and I hadn't planted no seeds. Hey, Ella Soul Girl, my new sister friend that I done connected with over the internet streets. Y'all, I be connecting with some amazing people. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Nonetheless, yeah, so this is a pepper plant that I purchased, and it has been thriving. And this here is basil. It is what is it? Spicy Saber. I had to look in my notebook because I could not remember this for the life of me. Spicy Saber. So it looks like I got a lot of harvesting to do today. So actually, let me turn the camera around. I do want to keep y'all on a little bit. I ain't gonna let y'all go just yet. Let me just turn the camera around. Uh-oh. All these leaves in the way. Let me see. I got 2 phones, so y'all hold your horses. I'm going to get some plants. Yes, good sister. Get you some plants. You in Texas. So, for a recap, for those of y'all that are just getting on, this Malabar spinach that I'm picking is a tropical plant. So, it's great for places like Texas and where I'm at, Florida, anywhere that gets hot. This can actually grow during the summer months. And most leafy green vegetables don't thrive during the summer months. That's more of a spring and winter, fall and winter crop. But these bad boys do very well in the summertime. Very much so. Oh, let me just go on sit this thing, because it's a lot. It's a lot of leaves. And so now that I know this about this plant, I'm definitely going to have a trellis next season. It's for it to grow around. And these here are the seeds. They will turn. I had to do a bunch of YouTube research this morning. I'm talking to y'all like I just knew. I didn't know. But once I seen the ground, I said, I gotta look up this plant. Because what? Why is the spinach doing all this? But these are seeds. They'll turn like purplish black. And they actually form like a dye. Like they'll stain your hands and stuff. So some of the people, the YouTube content creators, were telling me, or were saying in their videos, that they like dye things like eggs, you know, like when you do the I guess the egg hunts and stuff, and you want to boil and dye eggs and stuff like that, or just, you know, paint with their kids and stuff. So yeah, these will turn purple and like blackish, and then I'll dry them out, and those will be the seeds that I save for next year. Oh Lord, I knocked over part of the garden, fooling with y'all. Okay, let me read some of these comments as I pick. I ain't been on here in a while, y'all. I missed y'all. The spinach is so good. I need to check with my friend to see if it's still growing in his garden. Now, this is a certain type of spinach though, sis. Malabar, because the other ones might not be. The other types of spinach are kind of more spring, fall, and winter type. Come on, phone. Spring, fall, and winter type. So, but yeah, ask your friend to see if some can still thrive through the summer. It just don't be, you know, as thrivey as it could be when it is in the cooler months. But and then you could chop these. So like, let's say I was to cut this right here. I might leave a few leaves on it, but let's just say I just cut this in. I could put it in some water and it will root, and then I could repot it. I could put it back in the ground. I'm repeating some information, so if you've been on the live since I started, it's because people keep coming in the room. But you can overwinter it, meaning you could leave it in a windowsill in a house or under some grow lights in the house, so that you could preserve the plant and then plant it again in the summertime when it's actually conducive for tropical weather. Oh, he has Malabar. Okay, girl, yes, report back. Yeah, he probably gonna have a lot to give you. If you ask about it, he probably gonna have a load to tell you, come pick some. I got so much. And so something else I learned while doing my research was that this is a natural shade. So if you want to plant this near like your tomato plant or some other plants that kind of need or benefit from a little bit of shade, this is a natural shade. And because like if you plant enough, it really grows expansively. Like what you saw was an overgrowth, but from the videos I've seen of people that growing it, they grew a lot more. They planted a lot more seeds. I probably only put like 2 or 3 seeds in there when I started this in January. But it is like literally a natural cover. So you could put it over a fence and like block your neighbor's view. He even had one that was going up some pole and put ornaments and stuff around it during Christmas time. Yeah, so Malabar spinach, y'all get into it. And it's hardy, it's thick, it's it rained out here. I feel okay eating this. Tastes like grass. Definitely tastes the chlorophyll, but easy to eat, easy to chew. I read somebody said that he just takes it and snacks on it at work, and that helps him get his portions of vegetables. Very easy to digest. Okay, spinach. But yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. I just wanted to show off my Malabar. Let me one more time turn the camera around so y'all could see the goodness. Look at that there. Look at my baby. Went from these two little stalks to taking over. Wow. God is amazing. Nature is amazing. Y'all, grow you some food. Grow a little something, please. Please, just grow you a little something. It helps with your mental health. You feel connected to the source, to the creator of all things. Because how I plant a seed and water it and then it turns into something edible or elegant or beautiful. Let me show you some other parts of the backyard. So the place where I'm residing, I'm so grateful for this space because it already has natural beauty packed into it. So I got a Google picture of what this is, but the butterflies, look, the butterflies, the hummingbirds, the bees, they be all over this thing, pollinating this garden. I'm outside grounded in the sun. Yes, good sis. It's a little cloudy out here today in Jacksonville, Florida, but it ain't hot like it's been. So that's nice. Look at this beautiful. Oh, and let me show you another beautiful plant. I did Google it, but I done forgot the name of it already. See, look how cool this backyard is. They got a little seating area. They got an outdoor stove. Baby, y'all done cooked over this thing. I did a live cooking cabbage out here. Some of y'all was on it. There's so much medicine all around us if we look around. Amen. And I say it sure is. Oh, sorry, baby. I didn't mean to break your neck. Dang it. Well, R.I.P. to this plant. Dog, I was just trying to move you out the way so the viewers could see. Golly. But yeah, this the outdoor stove. But yeah, this plant. I forgot what it was called again. American berry. But apparently these are edible. And I heard they don't really taste like much of nothing. And I gotta do some more research and report back because I done forgot what I learned. But when I learned it, it was useful. Ain't this so cool? And it got a little pond back here. I love bragging on this little backyard. I'm gonna be a little sad when it's my time to go. Try not to get attached. Oh, and wow, oh look, and some duck flower. So I've been selling these. This is a detox, very harsh, but a detox nonetheless. It's actually a carnivorous plant, so insects. Is carnivore the word? Oh, look at my spirit animal, that spider. Let me be careful. I'm all out here. About to get, oh, watch it, Morgan. Oh, I'm all in her web. Oh, Lord. Well, hold on. Let's see if we can go above it. I need a tripod because I'm not doing great holding these two phones. Hold on, y'all. Let me get my life. And wrap this video. Let's go over here where we ain't. Oh, my God. It's a couple of y'all spiders. All right, let me get out y'all way because I'm doing the most. Okay, here we go. Here is some duck flower plants. Ain't they beautiful? But yeah, they're sucking the insects in here. It's known to have like an odorous smell. I personally haven't really smelled no bad odor, but that's what they say about it. But yeah, you will harvest this and let it dry out, and you take it as a detox. You have to rehydrate it, so you let it dry out, and then or I guess you could eat it raw too, but most of the people that I see they buy it already dried out. So once you pluck it, it just immediately start losing this water vitality. But you let it dry out, and then you rehydrate it when you're ready. Put it in a smoothie or eat it raw, but you want to stay hydrated, drinking plenty of water, coconut water, fresh juices, and it's going to take you through like a harsh detox, if you will. So you're going to need to be near a toilet. You'll be throwing up, having bowel movements, and it's different for everybody. Some people don't have necessarily such a harsh experience, maybe because they already are plant-based or do a lot of cleansing and detoxing in general. Other people may have a harder time. Yeah. So I have those available, and I have the seeds. I have a plethora of seeds. Ella said I need to be in Florida, and girl, that's just in this backyard. So there is no telling what else be out here in these Florida streets. Let me show y'all something that I'm going to do. So I didn't know how long I was going to be staying in this place. Quick sidebar. So some of you know my journey. I done went from tent living intentionally to having a hard time finding housing because it's just hella expensive just for a studio or 1 bedroom, to finding this app called Pad Split. So if you're a nomad like me, or if you're just in a situation where you find yourself you need to move out, and you don't want to do the Airbnb or the hotel route because they cost so much weekly, Pad Split is a great option. I pay about $149 a week. That's about $600 a month here. It includes everything: lights, internet, water, all of that. I just pay my rent. You do have roommates, and I'm pretty sure it's the same across the board, but like they don't allow guests. You have quiet hours between, like, I think it's 9 a.m. to like maybe 10 or 11 p.m. But this works for me. The people that stay with me, we all pretty much stay ourselves. They're a little older than me. Everybody pretty chill. No issues on my part. And I enjoy it. It's affordable for me. So if you are interested or need, are interested in signing up, hit me up, because I have a link for you to use, and if you utilize the link, I get a little kickback, which will help me with my rent, and you get, I think, a discount or a code off for you to get started as well. Some places it may make you pay like $50 up front, or it might be waived, just depending, and it's not in every area. Back home in High Point, North Carolina, and it wasn't in that area yet, so but it's in a lot of cities and expanding. Pad Split is the name of the app that I was just mentioning, but hit me up for my direct referral link. So that was a little quick commercial break. This is an area too that was already here, that I have not done anything to because I didn't know how long I was going to be in this location. I was like, this is temporary, and I have not even asked the owners to do any of this, y'all, but they don't come in the backyard, so I'm going to get the most out of this experience. So yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm going to start some fall plants here, fall and winter plants. Definitely gonna do like some cabbage and kale and some other spinaches and things like that. Good sis said something about the lotus in the pond. Yeah, girl. So look, I'm out. I Ubering now. I gotta catch, girl. I gotta update all of y'all on everything. Life has been coming at me fast, so I'm no longer employed through AMC theaters, which is fine. But so now I'm Ubering like low-key full-time and being me, creating. And I seen a turtle the other day while I was driving in some neighborhood, dropping someone off, and I saved him and called myself putting him in a little box over there. You can't really see. Put him in a little box, and he done got out. So, but I wanted to see him swim in this pond because they eat like snails and frogs and stuff like that, and it'd be tadpoles and stuff all in here. I've seen a few frogs at night. It get real loud out here, y'all. Like the animals be animaling, like they really do. They big one. Look at these beautiful flowers. It's just like a little oasis back here, y'all. This tree right here usually be having like little red flowers or something on it. It's just like magical. And the daggone man that come cut the grass ain't been cutting as thoroughly as he could, so it's been a whole bunch of new stuff popping up. Got my little tarp hanging up. Oh, I could plant something over here that need a trellis and use this. So I'm always thinking like that, y'all. Like I'm such a reducer, reuser, recycler in real life. So I'm always thinking of how something can be reused or used to my benefit. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just a very observant person. So peeping different things. Oh, hold on. Some magic going on back here. Let me show y'all. This is another part of the garden I like to go in, but the daggone grass cutting man, he don't come back here. He talking about the owner don't pay him enough. And I done seen a garden snake or two before, so I'll be hesitant to just go over here. But sometimes in the back area there, it be some amazing plants growing. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Okay, I don't know how to do all that. But yeah, look like it got some elephant ears over there. It's real tropical. That's what I'm appreciating about Florida, because I definitely left Costa Rica too soon last year when I went. So being in Florida still makes me feel like I'm in some tropical vibes. I don't know if y'all can hear the birds and the animals and all of that. What is that? Is that tamarin? Hold on. No, that's not tamarin, girl. You know that ain't tamarin, but it looked like it up on that tree. This here is a loquat tree. It's not producing fruit right now, but at one point earlier this spring it was. It had like a little yellow fruit on it, which is similar to apricot. And it was pretty tasty. I just love that all of these things were already here when I arrived. Was that a, oh, that was a blue lotus in the pond? Oh, I didn't even know. Oh, let me show you the back side of my my garden, because I was just showing y'all the front. So this is, I'm gonna turn Instagram around. This is the cayenne pepper. This is the spicy saber basil. And I have a dehydrator, so I need to get to dehydrating. Look, more spinach. Just climbing up the pole. She's a wild girl, this Malabar. We gotta reel her in. These are supposed to be bell peppers, but they being choked up by the spinach. Not getting much growth. I haven't really been tending to my girl like I have other gardens in former years. So, yeah, it's going to the wayside. So that's why I'm out here now. I'm gonna trim down some of this tomatoes. Probably seen this day. This here was some turmeric that I actually threw in a compost pile. I guess I had used some and just tossed, you know, the ends into my compost pile, and I seen it sprouting one day, and I said, well, let me get it and pot it. This was a bell pepper as well. It had produced one little one and fell off. This was a lemon tree that had a lot of leaves on it that I got from somebody off Facebook Marketplace, and yeah. Ella, what you telling me to harvest? The blue lotus? Huh. I did not know that's what that was. I gotta look that up. I don't even think I know anything about a blue lotus. Sounds cool. I think I've heard of it, but I don't know. Harvest it and dry it out. And then what? Like make teas and stuff with it? Is this a blue lotus too, even though it's pink? This is why I gotta get up on my foraging and plant knowledge, because it be all kind of stuff around here. She said, OMG, it's amazing. Well, that's cool. They come in different colors, but they all call blue lotus. Okay. Well, thank y'all for tuning in with me to my garden updates. I can't wait to get back out here cooking on the outdoor stove. It'd be too damn hot. So now that it's cooling off, I'm looking forward to making my cabbage, my cabbage, out here outdoors. But I love stuff like this, y'all. Like, I love living off the land, and I mean, it definitely can come with its challenges, but stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. Were y'all in the pandemic with me? Did y'all not realize how the stores had poor produce? The truck drivers wasn't trucking like that to come bring us stuff. That's what got me back in the garden. And I had learned, shout out to my good sister Earth Feather, out in Greensboro, North Carolina. She has family land out there. She also works with a good brother by the name of Art, who has transitioned. He has land that she now helps run out in Arlington, Virginia. And she put me on a gardening through her land back in Greensboro, North Carolina. I want to say around 2013, 14, 15 era. And I just fell off. And, you know, I grew a few things, didn't know what I was doing, or, you know, wasn't very intentional. Learned it, had fun, had a good time, enjoyed volunteering, but didn't like keep up with it. Then the pandemic happened, and the person in my life at the time came, and he was real into it. And so I love learning from men, so and I was attracted to him, so I was just eating it up. But look, that's a message right there. All your situations may not work out with people, but why and what reason they come into your life? What areas of growth or reflection are you to see in them, and what are you supposed to get out of this experience? So shout out to that man, despite all the other things that happened in the midst. Shout out to that man for putting the love of gardening back in me, like helping me. Boo, it wasn't even about you. It was about getting back to earth, my connection with source. But yeah, that man taught me a lot, and I started gardening, and that turned into the backyard garden kickback that some of y'all came and experienced, where we were having live showcases and artistry and vendors in our backyard where our garden was at, inspiring people to grow, showing people what it looked like. We had sunflowers growing, and spinach and kale and eggplant and cucumbers and tomatoes, and it was just an amazing experience. And so knowing what I know now and going through what we went through in the pandemic, I never want to be dependent on the government or the grocery store for food ever again. So that's what I'm saying. Just save your seed. Like, you might not, I don't got a green thumb, I don't have space. These are all excuses that could be turned into solutions. Real talk. You literally may not have the space. You might be in an apartment or a row house, but you have a window sill. You have maybe a block of space where you could put a small plant that can get, you know, a little bit of light and grow you a little bit of spinach. If you buying spinach at the store every week anyway, why not grow your own if you can? And if you can't, maybe you got a sister, friend, cousin, a friend like me that's real into this stuff that you could barter, trade, pay for her to have a little plot in her backyard for her to, you know, do the work for you, and you come do your harvest, or you come do the work over there with her and learn. Like, there's ways around this, y'all. Save your seeds. You're buying watermelons and cantaloupes and, you know, all this stuff, preferably from the farmer's market where you know you're getting it from organic farmers and not just the crap they be having in the store. But if you can get some good fruit with some seeds that you trust, save them. Even if you're not going to use them, save them for when we may need them, or give them to somebody who will do something with them. So that's thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And yeah, I'll be giving you an update as I transition this garden from what it was into my fall and winter garden. So hope y'all learned something new. And then get y'all some Malabar spinach. She was the star of the show today. Let's end it on her. Say bye, Malabar. She said bye, y'all. Peace and love, y'all. Hope y'all have an amazing day. If you have not already woke up, stretched, drank water, gave thanks, gone over your goals, said your affirmations, take the time to do so, okay? Because you matter. Life be life, and it be coming at us fast, baby. That's why I ain't really been on here like that. There's been a lot going on, and I've been tired of coming and telling y'all my woes, because y'all be looking out. I got to update y'all about the car situation and a lot of y'all donated to. This job transition, just, you know, the life of Mo. It's an amazing adventure, I tell you that. But keeping God first, trying to keep my mental health intact. I love y'all. Y'all have an amazing day. Peace and love.